The man was clearly the family of the victim, yet in court he endured the killer's provocation, but he withdrew all charges against the killer.
It was dark. There were a lot of them. I can't be sure anymore.
Mr. Baring, do you expect to obtain evidence other than Mr. Hume's here?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
I'm dismissing this case.
Due to insufficient evidence, the killer was released on the spot. He swaggered out of the courtroom, thinking the man had been scared into submission. Little did he know, this was only the first step of the man's revenge. Just a few days earlier, the prosecutor had approached the man, saying there was no surveillance at the crime scene, and only Jack had witnessed the entire murder. Because he and the victim were father and son, his testimony would likely not be accepted. The killer might be given a light sentence, or even walk free. From the prosecutor, Jack learned that his son had been killed for nothing more than a so-called gang initiation ritual. They forced new members to commit a murder, and if they escaped or were released from prison, they would become official gang members. This filled Jack with grief and rage. Since the law could not seek justice for his son, he would have to take revenge himself. So in court he withdrew his testimony, allowing the killer to be released on the spot, so the gang would lower their guard. Once they started their car, Jack immediately followed. Before long he found the killer Johnny's residence. He quickly drove back home, searching the warehouse for a suitable weapon. But as an ordinary man, he had no real weapons at home for killing. Jack helplessly tossed aside a rusty knife, then turned to keep searching. In the middle of his search, his younger son entered the warehouse. Jack had to brush him off, saying he was looking for something for work. Soon he found a dagger. He wrapped it in a piece of cloth immediately. Just then, his wife arrived after hearing the noise. She couldn't understand why Jack had suddenly dropped the charges, but Jack had no intention of explaining to her at that moment. He used the excuse of going back to the company to get some files, and left home. Soon he was staking out in front of Johnny's house. But then he suddenly thought about his wife and younger son. He couldn't help but ask himself, was he being too impulsive? For a piece of scum, was it worth throwing away the rest of his life? Just as he came to his senses and started the car to leave, someone suddenly stepped out from a room in the distance. It was none other than Johnny, the one who killed his eldest son. Looking at that infuriating face, Jack finally couldn't hold back and got out of the car.